television. Let's mute it. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, today we gotta play this like Rochambeau game again, right? We can start on this. We got more parts. The gas pedal is in last night, which I'm so happy about. That looks so good. It's dark as hell, so you guys can't see it. But down here, the other two things that we have to address is now clutch pedal and brake pedal. Both of which we're gonna need, but aren't like, camera died again. You know that whole, it says it's got like 33% in it, and it's like, no, I don't really got anything in me. Yeah, it did one of those again to me. So back to the options at hand. This is what I have to work with right now. I've got the slave cylinder in there. This is an adapter to go from the factory slave 034 Motorsports makes this clever little adapter 502-3003, and it basically goes from your factory fitting to a AND line. I believe there's a bleeder screw that they screw into the slave cylinder for these so that you can plug the other end of it in. We only need that side, so that's gonna go in there. And then now this is our Wilwood 1-inch brake master cylinder. Basically I took all the power conversion out of the brakes, all of it, it's all gone. Now the reason I chose the Wilwood 1-inch master cylinder is because they designed like 5 different versions of this with different bores in it that all match the same flange. And the cool thing about that is that I can go in and like if I have too much brake or not enough brake, I can add and change without like changing up my entire system, which I feel like that's very race car designy of me, but I don't know because, well, never owned a race car. So we're figuring it out as we go. So we got that bit. We still got to mount a reservoir, which the rest of this system, this is the rest of the system. You get these couple other little bits here. I get this bit, which is for remote mounting the reservoir, which is probably something we're going to do. Or you get, in this kit, you also get this bit, which you can just pop right down on the top. And then you get another type of remote reservoir with some lines, some clamps, whole bunch of good bits in there. So I got to figure out where to mount that. Don't know. Oh, and we have to get the feed line to the slave cylinder in, which will probably, that'll probably be a partial like hodgepodge. I'll probably find a factory slave cylinder to get that done. Those are our options for tonight. Now the million-dollar question is, which one do we start on first? So here's the problem with modifying Audis. No one makes anything really for it. Like there's a handful of companies out there that make stuff for it, don't get me wrong, but there really isn't. So it's like, oh, well, I need that to do that. Okay, well, guess I gotta make it. You know what? At the end of the day, I ain't mad. That just means that every bit my own cool creation. So it's like, so for me, it makes it even more fun. At the end of the day, I don't think we're gonna start on the brakes. Like there's just too much bits going on. I think we need to think a little bit more practical on the next phase of cleanup firewall things. And I'm thinking that progress is gonna be probably making templates. So that said, let's open this thing up. Let's get one of these cylinder heads at least assembled tonight and strapped up to the engine. Let's see what we got. I wonder when... I think something's out of its bed. Oh, timing kit. Yay, yay. All right, so this kit is the 1.8 liter timing belt. 1.8. This is the TDI timing belt kit. And this one comes with the, I think this was the 50100 tool. This is actually what you put into the high pressure pump to time it. So this actually looks like fairly good quality here. I mean, considering the price, I paid like $56 for this. So this, I seen these kits range from $56 all the way up to like $300 and $400 for the exact same thing. So I was really questioning the QC of this, but these things, this looks good. Like actually it was this kit that I got. The lock pin for the crank, where it actually goes into the crank, was slightly, the casting was weird, and I had to file off the edge of it, and it went right in just fine. But these are all, now these guys, these are probably gonna be funky. Willing to bet those are probably gonna be a little funky. I believe this is the cam pulley puller, or maybe this is the, whatchamacallit, the high pressure pump puller. I don't know, we're gonna find out though. Not tonight. This is a job for another day. Set you up there for now. All right. Well, you don't need those yet. This thing was like 30 bucks. This is ridiculous. You couldn't get this on ECS.com or FCP Euro, believe it or not. Like, I searched for 3 hours. They didn't have one. And then I searched the internet, and the only place I could find it was at the dealer. It's ridiculous. I'm like, all right, well, we need that. These are those screens we've been waiting on. So now that we got these, we can go ahead and get those things assembled. All right. Let's get this head assembled, shall we? We got everything here to do it. We got our seal that goes down in that hole. We got our sealant for the head. We got all our bolts already cleaned. We got our torque bar here. We got it all. Let's do it. You know what I'm gonna do already? Short montage. Let's get one head done and then we'll chat some more about it. This is a torque bar from Harbor Freight. It's a digital torque bar, but the coolest thing about it is it does trace. I have the TV playing in the background. I probably should have muted it before I turned the camera on. Oh well. Anyway, these bolts all got to get torqued down to 8 Newton meters plus 90 degrees. Start in the middle, work your way out in a big circle. Get it done. All right, these head bolts require a special tool. It is a Schwab. I got this thing at ECS. It's a, how many points is that? 6 point. It's a really odd, it's not a Torx, but it's not a like Allen. You couldn't just jab a Torx bit down inside there. But this one back here is funky to get to. Ugh. Let's get these things torqued down. They need 40 Newton pounds, which is about 30 foot-pounds, whole loss, 2 90-degree turns. So we gotta do a lot here. It's gonna take a minute. All right, well that one's all done. I got this one off, and then where did it go? I got that bolt out. It looks like the top half of all the threads, so like the first half an inch, quarter of an inch, that hole is like tapped all the way back to here. I think it'll be pretty simple. We just chase the holes, clean them up. Might not even have to helicoil. I think there's gonna be plenty of threads in there. Worst comes to worst, we get a longer bolt because that hole is like 1.5 inches, 2 inches almost deep. So we can always just run down, chase the hole and run down to the bottom thread. So I'm not that worried about it. It's gonna seal up just fine. And for now, let's get this one done. Round 2. All right, there's cylinder head number 2. If the AI figured out a way to get you here, get a little bit of ASMR action in for you. But I know this one was not that exciting. I was just here. I was in a zone, I had to focus, and this is one of those things where it's like, I honestly wasn't planning on probably even recording it, but I had talked so much about it, and the headaches that came with getting all the parts, I was like, we gotta do it. So, we got to a point where we can stop. I did notice that inside my bag of joy from Audi, the 2 guides that we called back in, they did not order for me, or they didn't give them to me. So I'm gonna have to call them up tomorrow, figure out where they're at so we can get those. And then we can get the cam gears back on each side, get the cam chains on, get the tensioners in, and then we can get the lower timing cover on. And it'll give me enough time to go ahead and figure out what size this bolt is. I believe they're M10 by 125s. That's kind of what they look like, but I don't have a tester here, so I'm gonna run probably to Charlie's tomorrow, run the bolt through a little bolt tester, and we'll verify it. That's where I'm gonna call it for this evening. If the AI figured out a way to get you here, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, I'm Audi.